Be it basketball or any other sport, being remembered in the Hall of Fame is a dream come true for any athlete. These icons who are selected have given their heart and soul to their sport and have then been rewarded with this honor. Now, we all know some NBA players who deserve the right to be there. In this video, we're going to talk about the current NBA players who we think will be first ballot Hall of Famers. First off, the six-time All-Star Kyle Lowry. At first glance, Kyle Lowry doesn't seem like a Hall of Famer in basketball. He has ordinary stats for a point guard and doesn't have any personal awards, which voters seem to care about more than anything else. Lowry was one of the best point guards in basketball at his best, and he helped the Toronto Raptors reach new heights as a team. Sure, he couldn't get the team over the hump until Kawhi Leonard joined in 2019, and that's not the end of the world. Kawhi deserves the majority of credit for helping Toronto win the 2019 championship. Without Kyle Lowry's leadership, it's become evident that the Raptors might not have been in that role at all. Lowry averaged 15.0 PPG, 6.6 APG, and 1.3 SPG in the 2019 playoffs. Lowry was also the one who brought the team members back when things seemed out of control or when things were hard. It was a trait he kept with him the whole time he was in Toronto. Lowry might not be a Hall of Famer on the first ballot, but he should be present at some point. Next up, we have the Rookie of the Year, Damian Lillard. How can we forget this one? Damian Lillard will be in the Hall of Fame for sure. The first choice on the ballot is where things start to get a little unclear. His skill as one of the best shooters and scorers of the last 10 years isn't in question. We're blown away by his huge range and amazing scoring bursts. The worst thing about him is that he's too loyal to the Portland Trail Blazers. Even though they're currently rebuilding and trying to get back to being a persistent contender, Lillard has refused to abandon Portland to go after that elusive championship ring. We can't blame a player for wanting to win a championship for the NBA team that picked him. Fans and the media would make fun of him if he ran away and went to a rival team by now. The only thing that might keep him from getting into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot is that he never won a championship. He still has a chance because he was chosen as one of the top 75 NBA players of all time. Whether he wins on the first ballot or not, there's no question that he'll be one of the best in Springfield, Massachusetts. Now, for the seven-time All-Star, Paul George. Paul George is another player who would go straight into the Hall of Fame based on his skill alone. George is one of the best players on the wing who can play both ways in the last 15 years. He has proved that he can lead. George has shown that on defense, he can stop any top scorer. He has shown that he can be the best player on his team and be the reason why they win. George is more respected for what he did wrong than for what he did right. Early on in his career, it was clear that Paul George was going to be a big star. He was taking young, beginner Pacers teams to the Eastern Conference Finals and going 7 games with LeBron James. In 2014, he broke his leg in half at the Olympics, which was one of the worst things that could happen. We think that the fact that he came back to finish second in MVP and Defensive Player of the Year voting in 2018 is enough to put him in the Hall of Fame. But the only thing that could get George into the Hall of Fame would be if he won a championship with the Los Angeles Clippers, which has never happened before. Could 2022 or 2023 be it? Moving on, we have the 18-time All-Star, the King, none other than the LeBron James. The next one on our list is a strong argument for LeBron James. Over the past 20 years, LeBron has proven himself to be one of the best players in NBA history. In his 20 years in the league, he's become the best example of reliability, skill, output, and overall greatness. He has won 4 championships with 3 different teams, including one with his hometown team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You can never say enough about how great LeBron James is. He has taken teams that shouldn't have been in the playoffs all the way to the NBA Finals more than once. He's the best at both raising the ceiling and the floor. From 2011 to 2018, he played in the NBA Finals every year. This made him the best player to have on your team if you wish to win a championship. LeBron is getting close to 39 years old, but he's still bringing to his legacy with the Los Angeles Lakers. James has had a hard time getting his team back to the finals to contend for the title since he won the championship championship with them in 2020. He's also about to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading scorer, which no one thought would ever happen. If anyone on this list deserves to make it to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot, LeBron does. Up next on our list is half of the Splash Brothers, the greatest shooter of all time, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is the next one on our list. He's the best shooter who has ever picked up a basketball. He changed the whole game of basketball with his flair for the exaggerated and his ability to shoot the three ball from a very long distance. Curry has made more three-point shots than any other player in the history of the game, and he has made them better than anyone else. Since 2009, Stephen Curry has played for the Golden State Warriors. From 2015 to 2022, he led the Warriors to 4 championships in 8 seasons. He won the MVP award in 2015 and 2016. He was the first and only player in NBA history to win the award unanimously. In 2022, Curry finally won the Finals MVP, which was the only award he hadn't won yet in his career. In the NBA Finals of 2022, the Warriors beat the Boston Celtics in 6 games. This was Golden State's 4th title in 8 seasons. Something tells us that Curry's already Hall of Famer career has more to offer. Let's talk about 2-time NBA champion Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is one of the players in NBA history who has scored the most points. He's 7 feet tall, has the hands of a point guard, and can make a good jump shot from almost anywhere on the court. He could almost be called the Greek god of offense. Even though Durant may have gotten a bad name for leaving Oklahoma City for Golden State, what he did throughout this time has made it clear that he'll be in the Hall of Fame when his journey is over. From 2017 to 2019, Durant would help lead the Golden State Warriors to 3 straight NBA Finals. He won the Most Valuable Player award in the Finals in both 2017 and 2018. Durant hurt his Achilles during the 2019 NBA Finals, and he wasn't able to play again for some time. Since then, he has rejoined the Brooklyn Nets and kept being one of the top players in the league. Kevin Durant is a first-ballot Hall of Famer no matter how you feel about his attitude or career choice. Last but not least, how can we forget Kawhi Leonard? If you've ever seen his long list of awards, then you know that it's more than enough to get him into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. On the basketball court, Kawhi Leonard's job is to make the life of the best offensive player on the other team a living hell. Kawhi has become one of the best defenders in league history because of his big hands and wingspan, footwork, and natural ability. His offensive game has also gotten better and better over time. When he drives to the basket, he explodes to the rim and is a proven weapon in the open court. He can also shoot a pretty good mid-range jumper and three-pointer, making him an elite threat on all 3 levels when he's on. We've seen Kawhi Leonard lead 2 different teams to NBA titles and another team to the highest point they've ever reached as a group. Early in his career, he helped the Spurs slow down LeBron James. For this, he won Defensive Player of the Year and Most Valuable Player of the Finals. After he left San Antonio, he led the Toronto Raptors to their first championship in the team's history. He did this by making one of the most famous buzzer-beating shots in playoff history. He lives in Los Angeles and plays for the Clippers. He has had trouble staying healthy with the Clippers. When he was healthy, he was the main reason why this team made it to the Western Conference Finals. Leonard is one of the more obvious choices for a first ballot on this list. Well, that's a wrap for this video. Which NBA player do you think deserves a special spot there? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.